Good morning, good afternoon to everyone. How's the new year been for you guys?
Busy.
Easy. That's the way to start the year, or it has been a very fulfilling year. I would like to hear some share.
My credit card was accessed. All my accounts stopped. Waiting for a new credit card tomorrow. Well, attempted to be accessed. Christine, don't get too excited. Some Israeli person wanted $3,000 out of my bank account, but my bank said no. So, yeah, that was good.
Good on your bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are very good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays, banks are very clever.
Yes. They rang me within minutes and said, what have you been doing online? Go, nothing. I haven't done anything. They said, someone wants your money. And I go, they can't have it. And they said, we've stopped everything. So, which is fun when you've got $20 in your purse and the bank stops all your...
Yeah. The good news is they're very fast. I also got hacked with multiple of my cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since I came back, I got all my new cards. That's why I was late for 5 minutes for like updating, people wanting money. You haven't paid us.
I know it's horrible, isn't it? Like I can't pay. I'm sorry. You have to wait. And then you can't send messages to some of these people either to say, look, waiting for a new bank card, you'll just have to wait a little bit, got a couple of those. So
anyway, it's great. So even though it's not so good news, but it's that you are protected. That's a good thing to know.
Yes, that's the good news.
All right.
Yes.
So welcome. We have sister around the world. We have sister in Darwin. We have 3 American ladies. Denise, you're outnumbered today. We are outnumbered today by the American. But that's the beauty of it, is how exciting is it? All right. Okay, so it's the first call of the year, in a sense. Yep.
Did you get my message?
I saw a quick message came through.
I saw I had sent a message, so I'm still working. I'm here, but I'm not here at the same time. I just want to kind of let you know that I have lots of jobs to post today and I'm a little over inundated.
It's all right. This shows how important this call to you is. That you want to be with us. This is important to you. Good. I appreciate you. That's okay. Sometimes when we want to finish work, we can't really finish on time. Is your 5 p.m. now or 4 p.m.?
It's 4 p.m. here.
Yeah. So it's okay.
It'll probably be 6 before I finish.
So I'll poke you and say, Karine, this is the things that we need to do. All right. So first thing first, we want to do some administration. This is our first coaching call for the year. I know I saw you guys on the 3rd or your 2nd. But I would like to chat with you guys because I want to make all this call more effective. We have it on for the American is Monday afternoon. It might work well for you, but whether for our sister in Australia is a Tuesday morning. Remember, we have been starting implementing to doing the intention for the week. So I actually would like to move this call to Monday, 11 a.m. Australian time, which will be Sunday afternoon for you guys, or evening. Would that work?
At the same time?
Probably I'll keep it 11 a.m. whether is the daylight saving or not, because daylight saving will not make a huge difference for you guys.
Is that what time it is for you right now, 11 a.m.?
It is 11 a.m. for my time till end of March in Australia. And Denise is an hour and a half from me.
It's 9:30 for me in the morning.
9:30. So the purpose is moving this, the earliest to the week is, I want to help you guys to set up your wins for your intention for the week.
Okay, that's fine, but we'll have to reschedule my one-on-ones then, because that's my one-on-one time.
Your 11 a.m. after our one-on-one time is 12 noon. Will be straight after our one-on-one. Will be the coach call.
Okay. Okay.
Would that work? Cool. Cool. So then for those who would be flexible, then you guys actually can get 2 calls over the week instead of 1 call. because I will try to move my Tuesday evening 6 p.m. to a Thursday 6 p.m. So the 2 call is, one is to set your intention. By Thursday, we will reveal where you're at to celebrate you, then so that I could add more values. That's why hence I sent out the survey to you guys. What is it that exactly you would like to work on for this year? Okay. Any question so far? Monday and Thursday for Australian time, which is Sunday and Wednesday for the American time. Yeah.
So Wednesday at what time?
What's the time for you now, Corinne?
4:10.
Yeah. So most likely the Wednesday would be your late night.
Like how late?
I cannot answer
Like
you. I normally
11 o'clock at night.
It could be midnight. What time were you normally came on board, Christine? Last time when you have to do, we only have one call.
When you had your evenings, it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for me. I can't do those during school.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I can't do those ever.
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah.
have to, I have to
did them
try and
over the
get my
summer.
5 hours of sleep at night.
Yeah, but I'm Eastern time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's still 11 o'clock midnight for me. And with
Yeah. That's too
if
late.
I'm staying up that late, and then if my mom gets up multiple times, it'll just kill me. I'm already burning that candle.
It's okay. Because the reason being is when Denise go back to work, the 6 p.m. will work for her. So I'm trying to accommodate everyone. I know I cannot please everyone. So I need to make a decision, make a call. Say one is in the morning in Australian time, one's in the evening. So there will be people who won't be able to make it to both calls. But I just want to make it as effective as possible during the week for most of us. I know some people cannot make it to both calls because time is precious. But at least most of you or all of you could get at least one call and watch the replay. I know it's more fun to come on call on live with me. Okay. All right. So anyone really hate to be missing out one call for the week? The only kidding. So it's okay to like this. I just want to make sure that the logistic on Monday and Thursday, so we are tougher throughout the week, so you get more support in that sense. All right, okay, doc. Now, as I said, the pillar with the let me bring up the old copy of this. Okay. I know my handwriting are so good. So these are the 3 pillars that we cover. So this year we're going to even dig deeper to be having the unstoppable confidence for you all. All right. So it's the Radiance, Denise and Corinne. You guys haven't got the access to the library yet because you haven't really fully stepped into the elite group yet. So we'll be having our chat later. Okay. But you both have done the 7-day soul journey, so you have some understanding about the radiance. We start within our body, soul, and spirit. So today, what I would like to do, instead of Catherine making suggestion, what you're going to do, think about as well 2023, not just about your physical fitness, because your physical fitness is important because it will impact to your soul and your spirit. So what is it one thing you could add or expand on what you're already doing? That's something you truly love that you can't wait to get up perhaps early in the morning or during the day to get active, to start off with 10, 15 minutes to half an hour to an hour, because it could be addicted in terms of some physical activities. What would that be like? Because we have already spoke about that in the 7-day soul journey. And when you get into the online library, we will have a lot of material to give you some ideas. So one thing, pull out your notebook. What is one thing that you could do to get your body fitter? Not necessarily in a good shape, because we are all different ages of women, and in different stage, our body look different. Doesn't mean that we cannot look sexy. You can look sexy in any way, whether with clothes or no clothes, okay? So think about one
We'll
thing.
wear clothes here though, right?
Okay, so what is one thing come to you right now?
I already bike ride 3 times a week at least, and swim 2 to 4 times a week, and walk, 2 to 4 times a week. So I just put that into my schedule yesterday in a more permanent way. So I'm going to not add any more at the moment.
Great job. So you're active 5 days a week already.
Yeah,
Okay.
over 7, yeah, because I do.
Over 7. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Mm.
But do share with us, was it easy to put this in the schedule? And was it really motivated to get the start off with? Because others might need your...
Yeah, it was actually, because I had got myself into a position where the weather here, and obviously you guys have the same, everybody has the same thing. Seasons are changeable, so you have to put things into perspective as what you can do in different seasons. And I have to go bike riding and be home by 8 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, it's too sunny and too hot here in Darwin. So I have to do it earlier. And my plan is to ride to work when I start work next month. And that's 30 Ks away. So I was building up my resistance to actually ride 30 Ks to work Monday, Wednesday, Friday and home again. So it's 60 Ks in a day. So I'm building that up to be able to do that, and then go swimming on Tuesdays and Thursdays at work, because guess what? They've got a pool. So, yeah, and that would leave my weekends free not to do anything if I chose not to. So, yeah. So I've scheduled in, do this on these particular days. So today's a swim day. So, yeah.
And you're done your swimming?
No, I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, but you're going. But by the way, Denise only learned swimming or got lesson last December, and sounds like she's enjoying it. Okay. So anyone else want to share about what your... Denise has already got full on, so I'm glad that she knows she doesn't need to add. But now she made a commitment, so we'll be checking how active have you been this week. So how about others? What is it, one thing that you love and you would like to add on to your,
Well, it's not that I love it, but I used to go for walks. Can't do that anymore because Mom forgets where I'm at and she comes looking for me. So I got myself a stationary bike, and it's down in the basement. And so I'm going to try and get a few minutes in the morning before she wakes up.
Okay. When you say try, doesn't sound like that's a confidence or trust that I will, or I must, or I choose.
Well, I just don't know how long I'll be able to get in there before she gets up.
So what do you think might be the challenge then?
Just getting up even earlier.
That's also sound like, you're kidding me. I'm getting up earlier. That's a great idea, having the stationary bike. Is there a
and
reason
it's going to be my winter here soon, so even
I
going
know
outside for the walks soon wouldn't be as feasible.
Yeah, I'm thinking, but any chance that your bike could live with you in your living room?
No, there's absolutely no room.
Yeah, okay. Anyone would like to help Christine? That's a great plan, but when plans is planned and no action to be taken, not that Christine is not, but it seems like there's quite a few challenge before she can step onto her bike. I want to listen to others. What might your idea?
I've just been reading the automatic habits, and that
Atomic Habit.
Atomic Habit, that's right. And that just that does a linking thing, Christine, where you go, I will, I'll get up and I'll go and exercise, then I'll have my breakfast or something like that. And that changes your commitment because you link it into a habit, and, and I'm going to do that Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays or something like that. And then that makes a more commitment. I think what Catherine was alluding to is that you're going to go, I'm going to try instead of I'm going to do. And I think that might have been your concern, Catherine, was it?
not concerned because like we always have a great idea, but how could we translate into action? We always have great plan and intention, but it's already when we spoke about it, we are not confident enough that that is something that I must do. So
Well,
what have you
Alyssa and I
learned from
are
the
accountability partners, so she can check
oh.
on me.
who is your
Oh,
accountability
Did you
partner?
ride your
Oh,
bike
geez.
Hang on. Well, yes, I'll be texting you. And I was thinking maybe if you just make a really small commitment, like that you'll do it once a week, and then try and build from there might be a good way to take it on without taking on too much.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice. Alicia is like, I've been thrown under the bus that I need to count on. You need to count on me. Okay. So how does that sound, Christine? Because it's not that I don't have trust in you, but I know how much is on your plate. And when I
Right.
said,
Well, it
could you
wasn't
add
that
one more thing?
it was just how much time would I be able to get in before that, she would wake up. So I don't know if it'll wind up being, 10 minutes or possibly even 30 minutes. It just depends on, because sometimes she gets up early and sometimes I have to wake her up. So I just I'm just not sure how much time I'll be able to get in each morning.
Okay. Yeah. It's okay. Give it a try because it's
Mhm.
no failing at all as long as we keep trying. Because the reason I suggest that is like morning being active or just doing stretching, it does a lot of good to our brain. As you know, the 4 hormones is going to stimulate us. Okay. But what anyone else want to share? What is the one thing that you might add on to your Alicia?
Well, I really want to take on meditating this year. Because when I wake up, my mind's already going like 100 miles an hour, or like 140 kilometers an hour. And
Matrix.
Good translating. Excellent.
And it's not good. Like,
You get a speeding ticket.
I just feed off of that energy. So I did a 20-minute meditation today, and I did 3 days in a row. So I'm committed to doing that more.
What have you
Very good.
noticed? What have you noticed since you started the meditation?
Well, I can be calmer longer. It doesn't last all day, but like it's like a little moment, lasts a little while. Yeah.
So proud of you. So proud of you. We only had a conversation on Saturday, and today you're already implementing that. Oh, your Friday, and you're already implementing in the last 3 days. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. All right. I might actually also pick Denise's brain though, like because she is one big guru on meditation. What's the benefit? What's the benefit? Let us learn from you, Denise, today. What do you find that the benefit of meditating?
Oh, as Elisa said, it's just that matter of stopping those thoughts, even if it is for just 1 second at a time. And it's retraining the monkey in the brain that you're not doing it that way, and you're not going to be racing around in the head at 140 kilometres an hour or 100 miles an hour. And eventually, it doesn't happen in 3 days. It doesn't happen in sometimes 3 years. Monks, they meditate for 10, 12 hours a day for 10, 12 years before they can say that they meditate. So we put ourselves under a bit of pressure to say that we are good at meditating. It's called meditative practice for a reason, because you have to practice it all the time. There's never any perfection with meditation. It's always practice. And We just need to remind ourselves of that. We can also include it during the day as well. So when you've got a moment, a cup of tea or whatever, you can just take, even if it's only 30 seconds, just to get back into slowing down the breath and slowing down the mind. It's just reinforcing to the mind that, no, we do things differently. We don't work at 140 clicks an hour. You know, we do things differently. And over a period of time, that does click in as well. And your brain's only doing 4 kilometres an hour. So it's good. But a starting point and doing something every day is grand. But you can sneak in little bits and pieces every now and then as well. So yeah.
Fantastic.
Well done for doing 3 days in a row. That's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's really, really hard because I'm so,
Yeah.
that's super hard for me to just, but.
And
What are you using?
Hmm?
What are you using? Is it a guided meditation or
Yeah.
what are you doing? Yeah.
I just Google, like YouTube, the crisis of the moment, like meditation for calming down, meditation for self-doubt, meditation for
Good.
whatever I'm struggling with.
yeah, awesome.
Yeah, good. So in the Podia, there's actually a bonus session called meditation. So I have started with those with 1 minute and 3 minutes meditation. So you guys can start with that. Or if you want to, on your app, on your phone, there's a mind shift. This guy done it really well that he has teaching as well as meditation. So it could be from 1 minute to an hour, but he will explain to you, we all start from maybe even 30 seconds. All right. So go into the Podia to, if you want to listen to my beautiful voice, there's 2 meditation in the class. Yes. Good.
And
Calm. There's
I
plenty
use
of
Calm.
app. Yeah.
Plenty.
Yeah. So Calm is a free app. Is that correct?
No.
No.
Oh, it's $89 a year, but it does have stuff for kids as well, and different and sleep stories and daily meditations and daily calms and daily J, sorts of stuff, different stuff on it.
Yeah.
But Lisa, I will give you a spoiler alert. You'll be doing nice and then it'll get worse before it gets better again. Most of the time, persevere through that worseness, because if it's the brain going, no, I don't want to do this shit. I want to do what we were doing before. I want to go really fast. And then you just have to go, no, we're just doing this until it gets used to it. Just to treat your brain like a 2-year-old. It's really, really naughty.
Terrible too.
Oh, yeah.
Love the way you talk about it. Yeah. So from being an active body and have a still body, this is both are very important for us to know that pumping our adrenaline is going to help, but learning to be still is also very important. Okay. So start with the daytime or morning, first thing in the morning, Alicia, but actually the advantage is in the evening when we could go into meditation before we go to sleep. Because often when we go to sleep, when in our subconscious haven't cleared something, we go into dreams. And then our brain doesn't rest 100%. Okay, but take one step at a time. Beautiful. Okay. Anyone else want to share? No? Okay, good. So shall we move on to today's teach? Now, today's teach would be something new to me about as well. So it's about, I have always been wanting to look at women's health and hormone. I know we are in all different stages. Let's say, besides the 4 happy hormones, what are the hormones for women that we feel sometimes that our mood is going up and down like this? And therefore, we often don't feel like doing any physical activities. Anyone would like the estrogen? Okay. What does the estrogen do to us?
I don't know.
According to the male population, it makes us grumpy.
We don't get grumpy. What are you talking about? So what
I
is
didn't say we said that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well,
Don't we need
Denise,
more
who said that?
sleep? Don't we need more sleep because of the estrogen regulating?
Mhm. Okay, estrogen is not just one single hormone, right? Estrogens, estrogens, are a group of hormones that play important role in the normal sexual and reproductive development in women. So I know a couple of you say, oh, that's not me anymore. I'm post-menopause. Do you think it is really not going to impact on you guys?
Oh, it does.
Oh, no,
I
it
have,
still does. Uh-huh.
yeah. I have
Mm.
next to no estrogen, and yeah, I miss it.
Because on certain stage that you ladies probably like post-menopause will find that your skin become very dry, isn't it? That's the very first thing. But it doesn't
And
mean that you
old.
can't. No, it's not. Oh, okay. Mm. Okay. So because this is very important to us, that what is it that we still, I don't believe that like what we're saying that we stop producing estrogen. We might possibly don't produce as much because we don't produce eggs anymore at certain stage. Alicia's like, oh, that's so exciting when I'm finding out when I'm getting old. No, only kidding. But doesn't mean that we cannot learn from it. So when we reverse engineer, Alicia, that it will be so great that you like, okay, how do I preserve my estrogen? Be for some people, they don't get their menopause until their mid-50s. Is that? But nowadays, a lot of women start their menopause or mini menopause at age of 39.
Wow.
Too
Denise,
young.
am I on the right track? Their
35,
cases 30, 39, 35,
35,
yeah.
35, yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, some can go through to their 70. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Okay. However, it's not just about not being able to not producing reproductive issues, but estrogen also affect our urinary tract, our heart, our blood vessel, our bones, our breast, skin, hair, a lot of things, muscles, the brain. So what shall we do then if we know that we're depleting in estrogen as we approaching, later in life? Or what could we do now currently while we still have average production of estrogen in our body? I want to hear from you guys. I'm sure you guys have thought about that. Or like, Catherine has thrown a curveball at us again.
Well, you can't bank it, that's for sure.
Yeah, we can't bank it, definitely. But what might be possible? We can't
Supplements of
bank
some
it.
kind?
Sorry,
Is it your diet?
definitely.
Supplements?
What is it? Sorry, Christine?
Supplements?
Supplements, yeah. Denise is trying to hold back. It's like, I know. Come on. You won't be scaring us.
Well, just a balanced diet and exercise is the thing for estrogen. Yeah, I produce next to no estrogen, and I cannot supplement estrogen because I've had breast cancer, and it's estrogen receptive. So I've aged 20 years in 5 minutes. So they're the only two things I know. But besides supplementation and diet and exercise, yeah.
Okay. So I'm wondering, Denise, in your diet, do you include soy product?
Yes, but I still have to be careful about that as well. So yeah, I do. I do have some soy, but I have to minimize the amount of soy as well because that makes it the estrogen level spike, and then I get I have been at risk. I'm no longer my last doctor's appointment because I'm 13 years cured of breast cancer. So I'm now at the point where I go like, I probably could supplement. I do a vaginal supplementation because that's local for the girl business down there. Whereas I don't have it systemically, so it doesn't get into the into the breast.
Yep. Because often we talk about well, I don't have the numbers but for my cousins, when I was very young, because I have cousins over this side, that side of the age, I'm in the middle. But unfortunately, one of my cousins suffered from breast cancer. And the first thing she does was to cut out all her soy product, because Asian, we love our tofu, a lot of tofu or soy product. The first thing she cut that out. And obviously, unfortunately, in the early days, probably about 40 years ago, that the only option was surgery and chemo. Not like today that we could explore on different variety. But how about fresh fruit and veggie? We will all continue to have that. You just have to be careful, isn't it? But one good news, good dark chocolate.
Yeah, I have it all the time.
Yeah. So we just have to be careful about it. How about chickpeas? Because you won't be eating a whole kilo of chickpeas at a time. But how could we, including in our diet? Because chickpeas, sometimes it will become replacement of, well, it's still not as high as rice, but like we use chickpeas as a replacement of our rice, of our carbohydrate. We try to find different things. And then some talk about red wine. Everyone's loving.
They're quite good for your heart.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the thing is to think about it. I think the wine is something we need to be careful where we source our wine, because some of the wine have a lot of preservative. Some people say I can't drink that because I get headache. So they source the really organic wine, which they don't use a lot of preservatives. Or while they are brewing, they don't put other chemical. But yet I need to find an organic wine that tastes yummy.
There
So
are
when
a
you
few
find it,
about.
okay, let us know, Denise. Like, where do we source that?
Oh, I don't drink very many of them at all because I have my favourite wines and I don't drink that much. In actual fact, my friends up here think I'm a little weird because in Darwin, if you don't drink, a 6-pack of beer every night, you're considered quite weird. So yeah, I like my sparkling red, and that's you can't really get that organically.
Yeah, well,
not that I found. Yeah.
yeah.
I might have one drink a fortnight or 2 drinks a fortnight, so it's not a big thing for me.
Fantastic.
But you can. I know in South Australia there's an organic wine shop that does quite good business. So there may be an organic wine shop near you or whatever that you can source, or even online if you want to. Depends how much you drink, of course, as to how much you want to purchase or how much you want to investigate that.
Yeah. So we spoke about, if we were low in estrogen, what happened to us when we don't have much estrogen? So we spoke about dry skin. We checked that we have tender breast, trouble concentrating, isn't it? We get moody. We get the vaginal dryness. What Denise suggested is like you feed your little girl locally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but obviously you have done a lot of research, Denise. Like
13 years without estrogen, mate, and I still have had up until recently an active sex life. So one wants to maintain that. So you don't want to be dry. You don't want to be dry all the time. It's not good.
Well, it's not just about, sexual intercourse or anything, but like we do affected by that. The health of our vagina is very important. So something that, as again, today we're talking about our body, and this topic doesn't come up very often, right? At the dinner table, how often do you bring up with your girlfriend? How dry are you down there?
You must come to one of my dinner parties then.
Oh, I'll be interested. I'll be interested. We need to do a virtual dinner party. Everyone have a glass of wine. Okay. Well, no stranger to you guys. Hot flushes and night sweat. or cold flushes and yeah. Okay.
I think I have estrogen problems.
That's why I say this topic is important.
I turn into like a furnace at night, and
Oh, gee.
it's pretty intense. I'll break out in hives if I reach a certain temperature. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Then Denise already mentioned a few things that what we could do, or naturally eating healthy, or even exercise that because one hormone is missing will impact on others. But what is it that we possibly could do instead of going into the most commonly in the medical world is the hormone replacement therapy? That would be the last thing you want to go, right? Denise is like, I was told to do that 13 years ago. I'm sure they
No,
spoke to you.
no. I'm not allowed to do it.
Oh, you're not allowed to do it.
No, it's systemic. So
Hmm.
I can't have a hormone replacement therapy.
Hmm.
Lots of my friends have had it for years and years, but yeah,
Hmm.
I stay away from that conversation because there's a lot of medical advice that support it and a lot that don't support it. So it becomes an individual thing. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
Okay.
at least you're so young to be having hot flushes, you know, that's yeah.
Okay. All right. So another question for you guys to think about is like, does high level of vitamin D link to your reduction of your estrogen? Because I often say, do you have enough vitamin D? Because that's linked to depression.
Which vitamin?
D for dog.
I have to give my mom vitamin D supplements.
Yeah, she doesn't get out enough. Yeah. So but anyway, because vitamins, the reason I brought it up is it's very important for us to have that because that will help us to absorb like calcium, which for us ladies, we don't want to go down the road with osteoporosis because that's where we get low estrogen will have impact on our bone density. So no matter what age group we are, I know I don't like to go to gym, but I really need to start doing my weight. Okay. So good news. What could be the reason that causes of low estrogen level? If you do too much exercise, that could be one of the reasons. So moderately everything. Anyone to have a thyroid condition here? Again, we're getting into quite medical, but the fact is our thyroid system does impact on our. Yeah. So for those who suffer from high hypoactive or hyperactive, will be worthwhile to explore that and how could we help us to be more naturally. Okay. Help me to pronounce this word pituitary. Pituitary gland dysfunction. Does anyone know the function of this gland?
The pituitary gland is it's really the center of all hormone control. So it's the master of keeping an eye on of hormone production. Does a lot for the thyroids, does a lot for the adrenal glands, reproductive as well, and some neuro stuff as well. Yeah.
So it's the master, isn't it? So what could we do to look after that?
Treat it right.
How do we treat that right?
Well, it's just diet. It's good living. So not being exposed to environmental toxins is probably the biggest one, and then diet and just looking after ourselves. Good mental health, good physical health as well. So.
So it's overall, isn't it? Because what happened impacting on our body, it does impact on our mind and our spirit as well. Okay. So my question for you guys is that you possibly add one thing to your activities, then we led on to very commonly a good diet. What is the meaning of a good diet? I just eat 3 meals a day is a good diet. I eat a lot of fruit and veggies is a good diet, but forget about my protein. Or I eat a lot of carbs, it's good diet, but they're not processing, they're brown rice. I'm the devil advocate.
There's only about 100 different good diets registered in the world, and so you really have to look at what's good for you as well. If you alluded to carbs, we don't need as many carbs as what we think we do there, or unless you're a marathon runner and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I do look for carbs when I come back from a bike ride, if I've done 20 Ks or 30 Ks. And I have to be a bit more careful about what ones I choose. But mostly we only need protein and fruit and veg. I don't even eat rice or pasta or any of that, or potato anymore. Occasionally, if I'm out for a meal, they put chips on my plate and I find it really hard to knock them back. What works, it's also water. We're 75% water. We need to make sure that the fluid that we're putting in our body is more aligned with our body. That wine is nice, but not a 6-pack of beer a night, sort of thing. But mostly water, and coffee will send your blood pressure up. If you stop drinking, send your blood pressure down, and all sorts of things like that. So you've got to find that happy medium for yourself. I think people really know they should be eating this or they shouldn't be eating that. This group of people have all got brains, because they wouldn't be here if they didn't. So they can all work out what's good for them, for themselves. So, I just think you have to be careful. You have to love what you're eating as well. So there's no point eating, lettuce and whatever the whole time if you don't love it, if you can't sustain it either. You've got to find something that's nice. And I'm sure, Christine, your mum is the same thing. She has things that she really loves, and they may or may not be the reason that she has the mental, state that she has at the moment. Lots of talk about that out in the world as well. So, but what are you going to do now? You make her happy.
Yeah, I read a book by doctors, been researching it 30 some odd years, and he identified 3 main categories for it. One was toxins, diet lack of vitamins and minerals, and inflammation. And so, talking about having like the proper amount of vitamin D and all that. So let's say this is the normal range. You get your blood work done. If you're in here, the doctor says you're fine. However, optimal brain health is here. So if you were down here, doctor says everything's fine, but you're not, you really don't have enough of that optimal brain health. And so I'm going to be getting myself tested for the whole kit and caboodle to see where my levels are, and then make sure I try to keep them up there. And I've got mom on a few supplements already. We know that she was deficient in B and D vitamins, so I already have her on supplements for that.
Good. Thank you for sharing. And I love what Denise said. People here got their brain, so we're all very clever. She just thinks that we are so brilliant.
I do.
Okay. Of course. You are selected into this container. You all do. Okay. So, but one more important thing is what Denise said. You got to love what you're eating. It comes down to our gratitude as well. How many of us is like, actually still have my breakfast is like, I know it's bad for me, but I love sugar. I love my cake, and you ate it. What do you think your body will respond to that? How would your body respond to it?
I become lethargic.
It's like, I said, thank you. The gratitude. Anyone is practicing the magic, they would have some a chapter talk about how grateful we are towards our food, because it's coming into our body. The water, you have seen the water experiment. What do we speak to how we speak to the water? That's how they respond. And we are between 60 to 80% of water in our body. So if we speak of love, how would you feel? When we speak of, I'm scared, but so it's like being grateful, practicing, and giving thanks. That's why, my girlfriend and I always laugh, like, we love to go for meditation like weekend, but like all they feed us is the rapid food because they want our system to be cleansed. So I said 1 weekend is okay, but make sure you
Yes.
make it tasty. Use other herbs, okay, and spices, no just like steamed veggie. Very challenging. I'm still find it challenging. Okay, so how do we talk to ourselves is very important with our action and how we put in through our digestive system. Again, how many of us do have struggled sometimes with our digestive system? Because when we can't digest properly, means we are not absorbing well, then for it come out is a waste. All right. And also our bowel movement. We need to have a very good system to have moving all the toxin out. So again, would you consider to take on organic food? In America, it's brilliant. The prices are not as huge as comparing to Australia.
Really?
You can pay 3 to 4 times as much for organic in some places.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you can buy cauliflower for $10 instead of $2.50. You know, yeah, I know people walk past it.
start
And they
growing
won't
my
buy
own.
them.
Sorry? Yeah.
I would start growing my own.
Yeah.
And plenty of people are, of course, absolutely.
Yeah. But my challenge to them is how surely that you could know that is organic, because the soil, organic farmers, they do testing like the real organic farmland is 20 years of testing of the past history, how much contamination have gone through the land and the surrounding. So let's not jump into it, but like, of course, you go to the good sources of places, they will source it. However, I know it's 4 times more, but I will still choose to buy the organic because the nutrients are much richer. So I find that I don't like for a cauliflower, an organic cauliflower and a non-organic cauliflower, when I cook and eat that, I get fuller quite much more for our organic, veggie, because their nutrients and substance are much better, because you don't know what they put in and trying to make this even our veggie, they make our veggie grow faster so they can harvest more faster too. Yeah. But anyway, those are the rabbit hole. But like, I respect you all. As Denise said, we all are intelligent here. So make the choices for your body, because each of our body are very different. So it doesn't mean that you have to be the marathon runner. But the fact is, it's not about how sexy we look. It's about the health, the internal health. Because last year, October, I started to, it's not a diet, but I monitor myself very closely, because nowadays, when you buy a body scales, they measure your body fat. And surprisingly, people call me tiny. I'm a size 8 or 10 in Australia, or 36 or 38 in the US. But my body fat was 34%. Denise would be like,
Was it? That's more than mine. Oh my
which
gosh.
means my internal organ, I probably have fat layer. Because I
Yeah.
love my steaks. I love my red meat. I try to reduce it. I take off the chicken skin, but but
Yeah, I
that's
do.
something that I want to do for myself. That is about health. I don't want to get to my 60 and realize that my system is not working anymore. That's too late. So what is it that for you ladies to look after our body? When we have our faculty here, we want to have our faculty here too, because we all have longevities. And I know, Christine, this could be a personal button, because you have reviewed your ancestor with your mom and grandparents. So it's like, how do we maintain this entire system work properly? And it's nothing too late. We might not be able to go back, but from now on, what is it that we're going to help ourselves? But we don't have to go to live like a monk, to really just water and plain veggie. But at the same time, when we look after our body, how to help us to enjoy while we're exercising or eating our food. I think there's a lot of wisdom here to be shared as well. Okay, so what's your biggest takeaway, or any question? What's your biggest takeaway for today?
Just a reminder to eat healthy, because I was doing well after the 7-day journey, but I fell off the wagon.
Mm, mm, yeah. I think one thing is when we want to start eating healthy, I'm not saying go to your pantry and clean out all the not so good things, but try to finish your pantry stuff and then start to fill it with the healthy stuff. Or might not be stocking fully without extra. Or just in case I don't have that, I'll buy 2 pack of chocolate. So we might finish 2 pack of chocolate all at once. But you might just
I want
keep
to go
1
back
pack
to
of
the
chocolate.
dark chocolate for a second.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chocolate comes from the cocoa bean. Beans are
Yeah.
veggies. So chocolate is a vegetable.
Right.
Could you put that in the group, in the Facebook group? In the face. Chocolate is vegetables. You are cheeky monkey, Christine.
And if you add a glass of red wine to it, then you have a solid and liquid fruit.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I love you. I lost for word. You guys take over the call. Okay. All
We're
right.
just realists, that's all.
You're not weird. We're just having, aren't you having fun, Denise?
I said we're realists.
Oh, realist. I thought you, yeah. It's true. Now when I hold a bottle of red, I will tell my husband, I'm just eating fruit.
Just drinking fruit juice.
Yeah, a nice piece of Ghirardelli dark chocolate. I'm having my veggies today.
Yeah, that's right. 1 serving of.
Right.
I think my takeaway is, and in this house I share with somebody at the moment, so who is at least 20 kilos overweight and is now really starting to feel that, feeling all the things that you shouldn't feel. And so we've decided to use the mantra of what would a healthy person do? And so it's shopping day today, which has been postponed till tomorrow. So we're going to be shopping with what would a healthy person buy, not so that we didn't put that pressure on ourselves to have a very strict diet. And I have had very strict diets over the time, which has been fruit and veg and protein and nothing else, no sugar, no dairy, no wheat and no whatever else it is, carbs that cause the inflammation. So, and I was able to drop, 10 kilos of weight easy in 3 weeks and felt $1 million and, went walking all over Japan doing the same thing. And, it was amazing. And I need to get back to that, which I do. So I have really interesting things for breakfast at the moment, like some pan-fried chicken that's been soaked in some nice organic soya sauce. And that's all I have for breakfast, 100 grams of that to eliminate the sugar craving and whatever. So, yeah, but I've written down here once a week to review my diet as a takeaway from today. So,
Fantastic. Probably keep a journal of your intake of food for the week.
No, I'm not going to do that for a little while because I probably can access a gun and shoot myself when I realise what I've actually eaten that I shouldn't have. So I'm going to leave that for just a little.
Well, but today you're starting off, what would a healthy person purchase for their, and then you just, it's a record of knowing that it's helping you to move forward. How could I shift? Because I'm not going to tell you that stop buying those chips. You need to have some chips in your diet. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
But I think a healthy person would buy yogurt, whereas a dairy-based yogurt is an inflammatory product. It causes inflammation. So I'm going still with a healthy person because I can't give up the yogurt for the moment. But if I really wanted to use my body as a temple, there'd be no yogurt, there'd be no dairy whatsoever. And I love my cheese as well. Cheese is a protein. I'm mixing it all up. But I never felt better than when I was on a program where I had no dairy whatsoever and no carbs and no sugar. So it's a bit of a mental fight going on in there. So what is considered a healthy diet, what is the best diet for me, I believe are 2 different things.
Yeah, slowly shift that. I definitely noticed that when I stay away from dairy, my body definitely noticed a difference. And instead of going into soya meal, I use oatmeal. I actually transit into almond meal first, but I realized that they have high in sugar.
I get the
Yeah.
sugarless one.
Yeah. Depends on which brand, but like I totally go into oats as well. And cheese is one thing that I have not eliminated because I enjoy it so much. It's like we just need to watch out. Yeah. So it takes time. Because if we remember in the 7 Day Soul Journey, I asked, would you consider to wake up 15 minutes early? Instead of me asking you, can you wake up an hour early tomorrow to start your morning routine? So it's the 2 millimeters shift each day or each week. So it's not so noticeable. So our brain is like, what are you trying to ask me to do? Slowly. Yeah. But sometimes it will be worthwhile for us to take record of what we are eating. So we'll notice more. But of course, Denise, you will be slowly shifting yourself into that. Okay. All right. So I want to respect your time. I'm sure that I have went over time, but go into the group and put in your biggest takeaway. And also what I forgot is to ask you guys what would be your intention for the week. But the post would have been up yesterday already. So go in, share with the group, being accountable is what are your intention for the week, and we'll move forward from there. So I will set the meeting on next Monday at 11 a.m. for you guys. Oh, well, it's my 11 a.m., but your evening and afternoon for you. Okay. But the call would not be changed, even we will help you to set your intention, but you still can bring question for the week, how I could help you guys to move forward. Any comments or questions? Okay. Karina, I know you've been working, but one thing is to think about what is one thing that you might add or maybe focus more on helping you to be active with your body, and then consider where you are at with your diet. You want to share? Yeah, feel free to.
So I actually joined a group of women. It's actually a competitive group in that there's a $20 buy-in, and rather than who loses the most pounds, like they do a weekly and end of it, and it's done quarterly. And so every day they post exercises for you to do. They like today was actually really good. They actually talked about mindful eating, and I didn't realize. I mean, I've heard it before, but I forgot your brain takes 20 minutes to catch up with your stomach. And so, making sure that when you are eating, you're not just sitting there shoveling it in, which is what I tend to do. I tend to just whatever's on my plate, eat. And then I'm like, I shouldn't have eaten that. So, it's just some good reminders, and a reminder to keep drinking water because I always forget it.
Yeah, definitely have a bottle, big bottle. I drink about 3 liters of water a day. Yeah. And then the mindful eating. Yeah.
The mason jar with
me.
That's the big
great.
32 ouncer. So
yeah. So see, we learned something that we could have other groups of support as well. So mindful eting. How many times you chew? Yeah.
Share something about that. I used to have so many stomach problems and stomach aches, and I even went and got like a photographs of my colon. It was awful process because I thought something's wrong. They couldn't find anything wrong, and then I found out I learned about something called intuitive eating. And ever since I started practicing intuitive eating, I don't ever have stomach aches, and I have been able to maintain the same weight for the last.
Fantastic. Very good.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna go Google intuitive eating when I get done working.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So Alicia, I actually might get you to share in the group what is an intuitive eating practice. So we all would benefit from that.
Okay. You want me to write it or just say it?
maybe go into our Facebook group and just write it down so everyone can read your posts, and then we learn from you. Yeah, I think it's a fantastic idea. Okay. Great. So be confident, be you. If there's any other question, you can either post it in the group or in the chat as well. There's a lot of love, and I really appreciate you all. It's so beautiful.
Awesome. Thank you, girls.
Awesome. Have a fantastic week. I'll see you very soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you.